Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the NFL's third leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb, and he'll get this to the 32. You talk about this Seahawks defense. They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. The NFL's active leader in rush yards, Derrick Henry.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
A 2-yard pickup.
Wilson going to change things up here.
Wilson off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to defend. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter, and what a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
You talk about this Seahawks defense.
They enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Mayfield, open man downfield is Hill.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, And that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Mayfield to throw it. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Chubb on the read option.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Mayfield off the play fake. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They'll give him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Nick Chubb, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the 1st down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. But there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Darnay Holmes now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, alert.
Mayfield on play action.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and now it winds up incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
The 2nd down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Wilson's throw here pulled in by Lazard.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They set up the screen for Henry.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The Seahawks at 2-3 here to begin the new season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Again, Wilson.
Throw left side, complete to Chase.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd and a couple.
Now it's Wilson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. Steps away to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Spot that, spot that.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On third and goal, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Alan Lazard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. And how about this decision? Tie game first half, but here's an onside kick. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing, Mayfield. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Hey, along the line, along the line.
First down, Mayfield. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards that time for number 19. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Mayfield now. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to...
And he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. Baker Mayfield, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Holmes returning from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On second down, here's Wilson. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First down now with that clock rolling. They go play action now. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Second and 10 now. Wilson. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's Wilson. That is caught. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Wilson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's second and 10.
From the gun, it's Wilson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And out across midfield down to the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
Holmes returning from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Now Wilson wants a different look.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Now Wilson, off play action. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. T.J. Edwards coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Chubb on the counter. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Mayfield on play action.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
First down, Chicago.
Now Mayfield. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Sterling Shepard. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals go up by 2 touchdowns.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Holmes returning from his end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Darnay Holmes.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
Exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. And he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A first down throw for Mayfield.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Kadarius Toney.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own.
There he goes, left side.
He's to the 15.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Jamar Chase.
75 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6. Still just a 2-score game in the third quarter, but they're going to go onside kick here anyway. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is... After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play fake. Mayfield.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And again, it's Chubb. Oh, he bowls it over him. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Inside the 10.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2.
Baker changing the play at the line.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago.
Run it back. Yeah. Run it back. 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 Lost everything I ever wanted. Want it back. Got a problem, never run from that. Have fun with that. Get the W, then double back. That. Shit. Watch how I react. Fight back, stay down. Now we taking off. Flight. Promise you if anybody can hold me, I can. Get the right man. Baby, I'm my own hype man. Yeah. Run it back, 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 run it, ooh, run it back.